minute. Forbes India 30 Under 30, presented by Vivo.
Hello and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Forbes India 30 Under 30 Soiree, presented by Vivo with travel partner Saudi Tourism. I'm Pavitra Parekh, your host for this evening. Our Forbes India 30 Under 30 class of 2021 is a reflection of some of the most strong-willed and determined professionals of India. And tonight we're here to celebrate their hustle and honor their courage of the young, restless and fearless winners of the Forbes 30 Under 30 class of 2021. Sunil Shaitri is synonymous with football in India. Here's Sunil Shaitri for a very special keynote for our class of 2021.
I hope, first of all, everyone is safe, everyone is healthy, your families are good. I was 20 when I played for my country for the first time. And when I say for my country for the first time, it means the senior national team. I had played for the junior levels, but it's nothing as compared to when you play for your senior national team for the first time. We went to Pakistan and we played Pakistan for the first time. I played Pakistan as my debut. It was at Balochistan, which is better than North. I scored on my debut, which probably is going to be one of the best days of my life. I'm going to take that feeling to my grave. And it was outstanding. It was amazing. It's one thing to get the national team jersey, and it's another thing to score on your debut. Sadly, unfortunately, we drew the game. We conceded in the last, I think, 85th minute, and the game was 1-1. But by far one of the most important days of my life. Then I started playing for my country regularly. I started playing for Mohun Bagan regularly. Everything was good. But the ups and downs kept coming. You know, when you look at your career in a holistic way now, because I've been fortunate to play for 19 years, generally you see the graph going like this, upwards, but in between there were so many times where things weren't great. And then so many times, so many things that went your way. And one thing that I've learned in the 19 years is you just have to trust your process. You just have to keep going.
And now it is time for us to give away our first set of felicitations. Our first recognition is for the category of advertising, marketing and media. Chef Ali Vijay Varghia is the brand manager of Amul Cool. She started her journey as Amul's area sales manager in Gujarat in 2016 and then worked her way up the ladder by tackling the challenges that came her way. Congratulations, Chef Ali, for this big win. Next up, she is the first woman to become a vertical business head at YouTube. She's also the youngest ever to reach that position at YouTube India. Please raise your glasses to Niharika Kapoor, who's APAC lead YouTube community and social media support operations. Congratulations, Niharika. Moving on, the winners of our next category are using tech to revolutionize Indian agriculture. Amandeep Panwar and Rishabh Chaudhary, Executive Directors, CEO and CTO of Bharat Rohan Airborne Innovations, use drone hyperspectral imaging technologies to detect these potential crop threats so that farmers can catch it early and save costs. Congratulations, Amandeep and Rishabh. Our next winner is an entrepreneur whose startup helps nearly 6 lakh farmers with advice and information to improve the quality and quantity of their produce. Please give a big round of applause to Harshit Gupta, the co-founder of Gramophones. A very big congratulations to you, Harshit. Art is something that is interpreted and perceived differently by every single individual. And this evening, we celebrate a distinguished artist who creates art in the themes of distance, temporality, absences, and more. Biraj Dodia is our next achiever. Congratulations, Biraj. Now, climate change is probably the biggest threat that the world faces right now. And as leaders across the world raise an alarm, it gives me immense pride to introduce to you our winners in the climate change and clean energy category. Congratulations, Nishita and Nikita. And now it's time to welcome on stage the youngest star of the class of 2021. This young Indian cricketer made the world take notice when in 2018 for the Under-19 Cricket World Cup, he put up the score of 372 runs for the average of 124 to secure a record 4th world title. He is the youngest player to lead a team in domestic cricket and the youngest batsman for an Indian team to score a double century in a first-class match. His 91 runs against Australia in the 2020 Test series is one of his best match-winning knocks. Praised for his flawless batting skills by legends such as Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman, Sourav Ganguly as well as Sachin Tendulkar, 22-year-old Shubman Gill is the future of Indian cricket. Please join me in welcoming from the class of 2021 Shubman Gill in conversation with renowned sports analyst Gaurav Kalra to discuss achieving success at a very young age, his journey in international cricket and lots more.
Talking today to one of India's brightest young batting talents, Shubman Gill, who has really emerged in the last few years as a player to be reckoned with. Shubman, a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much.
Just now, handling the fame of being someone who's an India international cricketer, how has that been? The fact that now you've taken that step up and are now among really the most elite cricketers in the country.
I think it really adds more to the responsibility of you as a player and what you want to do what I want to do with Shubman the cricketer. And now with me being, among the other international players, it's just more opportunity to me express more as a player and as a cricketer.
You started out playing cricket very young. I think the story goes you were about 3 years old when you started playing cricket. You've had success through age group cricket. You had success at the Under-19 World Cup where you were man of the series. But being an India cricketer, it's a notch above, isn't it? Just above everything else. So how has life changed for Shubman Gill after you became an India cricketer?
Obviously, life does change a bit after you play for India. And I think IPL is kind of that stage in between that Under-19 or the Ranji Trophy level and the international level. That is kind of the bridge between that. And I was fortunate enough that I got to play IPL for a year or a couple of years to get to know what really international cricket is. So I was really fortunate in terms of that.
All right, now design is a category keenly included in the Forbes India 30 Under 30 list to highlight its importance in our everyday life. Today, we recognize a thrash metal lead guitarist and artist who focuses on incorporating technology as a core element of his experiential designs. Congratulations, Akib, on this win. Our next Forbes India 30 Under 30 achiever is a go-getter. He has created some of the most interesting viral videos and aims to open his own production house someday. Please give it up for Ashish Chanchlani. Congratulations, Ashish. Our next recognition in the very same category goes to a couple who decided to take a break from their 9-to-5 jobs and explore India like it had never been done before. Abhiraj Rajadhyaksha and Niyati Mavin Kurve are our next Forbes India 30 Under 30 achievers. Congratulations, Abhiraj and Niyati. Our next category for this evening is e-commerce and retail. Please welcome the founder and CEO of Let's Shave, Siddharth Oberoi, who is disrupting the grooming market and taking on MNCs with his direct-to-consumer startup. Congratulations, Siddharth. Our next achiever is an entrepreneur who started his venture from his dorm room. Let's give a big round of applause to Satyanik Roy, co-founder and chief product officer of Hyper Exchange, a refurbished goods buying and selling platform that uses AI to check and certify products. Congratulations, Satyanik. Our next Forbes India 30 Under 30 winner works in education, and it gives me immense joy to honor someone who has been working towards improving access to education for orphans in India. Congratulations, Paulami Pavni Shukla. Next up, we have an interesting tete-a-tete which I am certain our young audience is going to enjoy. Let's dive right into this one with India's youngest billionaire, the co-founder of Zerodha and True Beacon, Nikhil Kamath, in conversation with public speaker, business content creator and social media influencer Raj Shamani on all things investing.
Hi everybody, what's up? I am Raj and today I'll be talking to Nikhil. Well, I don't know how to introduce Nikhil Kamath because trust me, like till when I got to know about him, I think pretty much everybody already knew about him at that time. But still, let me introduce, he's one of the Forbes 30 under 30 alumni. He's been very crucial in building Zerodha, which is one of the flagship startups when it comes to bootstrap stories in India. Also, now he's building True Beacon. A lot of young people and women and everybody have started investing in stock markets recently because of this trend, because of this validation which we want. Okay, now if I invest somewhere, my money is growing. I am also getting rich. Like this, there's this urge, right? Do you think this trend will keep up even after pandemic, or just because we are at our homes, we want something, and that's why we're putting money in our stock markets right now?
I think it's like, FOMO. A lot of people are investing in equity markets, in crypto markets, everything else you hear about on social media. I know I'm on a Forbes whatever panel right now, but traditional media to a certain extent is getting replaced by social media. I think it's a matter of time before marketers start utilizing social media in a more meaningful manner. I've just invested in this company which kind of manages social media influencers and kind of aggregates campaigns for them called Confluence. I get to see the trends behind how much marketing money is spent in traditional media and how much is spent in the social media ecosystem in India. I think it's about 700, 800 crores this year, but I think that number is going to skyrocket and become like 10 times larger in maybe the next 3 years or something like that.
Forbes India 30 under 30, presented by Vivo. Forbes India 30 under 30, presented by Vivo.
Our next felicitation in education goes to an edtech startup that puts teachers at the center of their learning programs. With more than 50,000 educators and coaching institutes that serve over 10 million students, Class Plus is present in over 1,000 cities as well as towns across India. Congratulations to you, Mukul, as well as Bhaswat. In entertainment, our winner is an actress who made her mark through her memorable performance in Netflix's Bulbul in 2020. Congratulations, Trupti. Alright, moving on to fashion now, we felicitate a designer who is breaking away from the oversaturated bridal wear market and is tapping into the territory of creating understated luxury for middle-aged women. Karan Taurani, founder and creative director of Taurani, is our next achiever. Let's move on to the finance category now. Our next achiever stint at bankbazaar.com and Amazon helped him grasp the nuances of the payment space. Akash Sinha, co-founder and CEO of Cashfree, is our next achiever. So next up, we felicitate an entrepreneur who is creating seamless banking solutions for India's bottom of the pyramid. Santanu Agarwal, Deputy CEO of Paisalo Digital, is our next achiever. Our next recognition comes in from the category of food and hospitality. Orko Bhattacharjee, director at CXO Office Oyo Hotels and Homes, led Oyo's COVID-19 response communications with stakeholders. Congratulations, Orko, for this win. We now have a very special discussion with some very special women. This evening, we're joined by two distinguished women athletes who have brought immense pride to India, and they will discuss the trials and tribulations of women in sports in India today.
Now it's time for a very special panel discussion. पैंडेमिक के बावजूद आपका 2021 बहुत अच्छा गुजरा था प्लीज मुझे बताइए कि देश की जर्सी पहनने के बाद अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस देना कैसे लगता है?
मुझे ऐसे फील हुआ कि हमें अ, जब से मैंने फुटबॉल खेलना शुरू किया और इंडिया की जर्सी पहन के ग्राउंड पे उतरते तो मेरे लिए बहुत अलग फील होती है और मुझे बहुत चीज़ें मोटिवेट मिलता है और जो ग्राउंड के अंदर अपने नेशनल एंथेम्स गाने का जब मौका मिलता है और बहुत सारी चीज़ें में हमें मेरे को जब ग्राउंड के अंदर एंट्री होता है, तो मेरे को गूज़बम्प आते हैं कि मैं अपने कंट्री के लिए कुछ चीज़ें कर रही हूँ।
Yeah, I think same like Asha, what you said. I think वही चीज़ है जो सब एथलीट्स फील करते हैं एंड आई थिंक शी एक्सप्लेन्ड इट वेरी ब्यूटीफुली द वे शी डिड सो आई मुझे भी यही ऑलमोस्ट यही फीलिंग्स होती है कि व्हेनेवर आई पुट ऑन द जर्सी व्हेनेवर द इंडिया इज रिटन इट जस्ट फील्स मतलब बहुत अलग फीलिंग आती है ऐसा लगता है कि you kind of forget everything what is happening around you. You just want to go out there, win matches for India. I think that is the biggest motivation whenever you put on the jersey that you're going out and you're representing 1.3 billion people. So आपको match में 100 क्या like 150% देना है.
Okay, moving on. The next felicitation is from the category of healthcare. This startup created India's first contactless health monitor to track chronic cardiac conditions, hypertension, as well as respiratory disorders. Mudit Dantwade and Gaurav Panchani, co-founders, CEO and CTO of Dozy, are our next achievers. Congratulations to you, Mudit and Gaurav. Our next set of awards coming right up from the category of industry and manufacturing. The recognition goes to co-founders who are disrupting the personal care market with India's first hair and skincare brand with caffeine products. Saurabh Singhal, Vaishali Gupta, Mohit Jain, co-founders of M Caffeine, are the achievers in Forbes India 30 under 30 industry and manufacturing category. Congratulations, guys. The next category we're looking at is music, and the award goes to the most celebrated and one of the most streamed indie artists on Spotify. Ritviz Srivastava, the 2017 hit indie number Ur Gaye put Ritviz on the Indian music map. Since then, he's had multiple successful releases and has had over 200 million streams across platforms. Congratulations for this, Ritviz. The next recognition goes to an artist who has a unique style. She's one of the most recognized artists in the English music scene in India, Malvika Manoj, aka Mali, singer, songwriter, as well as composer. Her song Mundane has ranked #1 in the Euro Indie Music Chart. Congratulations, Malvika. NGOs and social entrepreneurship is our next category for the evening, and the felicitation goes to a leader who has built a network of entrepreneurs and mentors in India's Tier 2 cities to help founders beyond metro cities get access to market and funding. Our next achiever is Piyush Verma, founder and CEO from Manush Labs. Congratulations, Piyush. Our next felicitation for NGOs and social entrepreneurship goes to the duo that's making education and careers accessible to India's transgender community. Neelam Jain, Nishant Agarwal, co-founders, CEO and COO of Periphery, are our next achievers. Congratulations to Periphery. Science and innovation is our second last category this evening. Today, we recognize a space scientist come artist who was selected to send her work to the moon as a part of an international moon gallery project. Priyanka Das Rajkakati, PhD student, ISAE Sopero and artist, is our next achiever. A very big congratulations to you, Priyanka. Ladies and gentlemen, our last category for this evening is sports, and the proud achiever is none other than India's rising star who is making his name in the big leagues of international cricket and whom we already heard from earlier this evening. Shubman Gill, congratulations to you, Shubman, on this big win. we saved the best for the last. In a challenging year, our class of 30 under 30 was looking for mentorship. And since the buzzword in 2021 was unicorn, specifically Indian unicorns, who better to mentor our young achievers than the man with the Midas touch? Please welcome Mr. Bigchandani to talk to our 30 under 30 achievers on how to become a unicorn and, more importantly, what you must do once you get there. In conversation with Forbes India senior sub-editor Naini Thakkar.
Today we have with us one of India's most successful startup founders. And in an era of the internet business boom, he was the OG, the pioneer in India, Sanjeev Bigchandani, the founder and executive vice chairman of InfoEdge. In the course of his 30-year entrepreneurial journey, he has built a reputation as someone who has paved the way for Indian startups to come into their own, as a path maker and now an investor with insights and support, especially during the downturns. And 2021 saw the birth of about 42 unicorns. I think that's the highest ever for any year, particularly in India. Now, in your opinion, what is the key to becoming a successful startup? And is unicorn status synonymous with success?
So, look, I would advise young founders to take this unicorn business with a pinch of salt. Remember, the Fed has infused $4 to $5 trillion into the global economy since March 2020, ever since the pandemic started. And this influx of capital, this infusion of capital is unprecedented. Now, and this liquidity has traveled everywhere, including to India, private markets, public markets, perhaps not so much to China because China has fallen out of favor in the US. But this liquidity has meant asset price inflation everywhere, public markets and private markets. Now, without this liquidity, how many unicorns would there be? I don't know. But when I see the kind of galloping valuations, I would say take them with a pinch of salt. Focus on your customers, focus on revenue, focus on margins, focus on unit economics. Just one variable, which is valuations. Your business may or may not be healthy, but the valuations are going up. And that's of some concern to me.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Mr. Bigchandani, for that insightful conversation. I'm sure our class of 2021 and many, many others took notes. All right, and with that, we come to the end of the 2021 Forbes India 30 under 30 Soiree powered by Vivo. I would like to thank our partner Vivo for their support and our travel partner Saudi Tourism, our speakers this evening, and of course our audience. Congratulations to all of the winners once again. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, stay home, and take care.
Forbes India 30 under 30, presented by Vivo.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.